Salutations, this is Crazed Kitsune, aka Khuma'zi Tayuun, and welcome to Dark Knight for Dummies, level 60. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the skills available to Dark Knight at level 60 that they did not have at level 50, and how these affect their overall play. With that out of the way, let's jump right into things. At level 52, we are able to obtain Salted Earth. This is a 45-second cooldown. It has a 15 yalm range and a 5 yalm radius. What this does is allow you to place a circle on the ground which will last for 21 seconds. During those 21 seconds, any enemies inside of it will be suffering a damage over time effect with a potency of 75. So, it's pretty useful, right? I think so. At level 54, we can get Plunge. This is a 30-second cooldown. It has a 15 yalm range. It is a potency 200 leap attack. You cannot use it while bound in place, but otherwise you can use it to immediately jump to a target. You will use this as part of your pull. You throw Unmanned and immediately follow it with Plunge so that you jump onto the enemy's face. Apologies for the clicking. That's me muting my mic so I can spit up phlegm. Yay. At level 56, we can get Abyssal Drain. This is a global cooldown instant cast spell. At level 60, it costs 972 MP. It has a 15 yalm range and a 5 yalm radius. What this does is it delivers a potency 120 attack to your target and everything around it, and it has increased enmity. It's essentially a more powerful ranged unleash. It also costs more MP. If you Dark Arts it, then it will also absorb part of the damage it does as healing for you, and of course consume Dark Arts. This skill can be used for area hate maintenance, it can be used for ranged group pulling, and it can be used for a bit of sustain to make it easier for the healer to keep you alive. At level 58, we can get Soul Survivor. This has a 25 yalm range, and it is a 2-minute cooldown. When you use it, it applies the Another Victim debuff to the target. If they die within the next 15 seconds, you regain 20% of your maximum HP and MP instantly. If you think an enemy is about to die, throw this on them. And lastly, at level 60, we have Carve and Spit. This is a 60-second cooldown melee attack. It has a potency of 100 and will restore your MP if you don't use Dark Arts. If you do use Dark Arts, it is instead a potency 450 attack and will consume your Dark Arts. Yep, it's either MP or damage. Which do you want? And those are the new skills for Dark Knight. As you can see, they don't really change your rotation. They just provide you with a few more tools for hate generation and damage. So without further ado, let's go put these things to use. Right. Abyssal Drain into a Plunge. Hello. Yeah, that's handy. It's very handy. Now let's see. Let's use Carve and Spit. That gives you back almost as much MP as you use with Abyssal Drain. But not quite. Now, as you can see, this dummy can't actually die, so Soul Survivor won't actually trigger. which is a little saddening, but it's understandable. Now, as you can see, no matter how hard I try, I can't get all 4 of these things inside the circle for Salted Earth, but I can get 3 of them in here. And now, until this wears off, they just keep taking damage, which is very useful. And now, let's see a Dark Arts Carving Spit. Yeah, that was more damage. Essentially, you will be using Salted Earth whenever you can on multiple enemies, or even on a single enemy, because it's not a very, very long cooldown. It's a 45-second cooldown, so you'll be able to use it just about every pull, and you're definitely going to want to be putting this on bosses every time you can, because it's more damage. More damage means it dies faster, which means it can't hit you as much, which means you survive better. Abyssal Drain is more useful to you for holding area hate and potentially increasing your survivability overall, since whenever you are fighting multiple enemies, you may want to Dark Arts it for the health recovery. Just remember that you're going to be needing to keep your MP up, which is something that you can use Carve and Spit for. If you're main tanking, you're likely to use Carve and Spit more for MP than damage, but you still could Dark Arts it for extra damage if you have the MP to spare at the time. If you're off-tanking, well, you have Blood Weapon for crazy ridiculous MP maintenance, and you're going to be constantly using your MP combo anyway, so why not Dark Arts Carve and Spit for a massive hit? Soul Survivor should be used if an enemy is about to die, simply so that you can get back a bunch of HP and MP without doing anything other than kill it. So these don't change your rotation, they enhance it. You weave these various cooldowns in where they would be most useful. Like you throw Unmend, Plunge, or you throw Abyssal Drain, Plunge. Then you would drop Salted Earth. Then maybe throw out an Unleashed for good measure. Then... And, of course, you would pop your blood price so that you're recovering MP. It's all fairly straightforward. At least it is to me. It might confuse the crap out of you. I don't know, because I'm not you. At least I hope I'm not you. If I'm you and I'm me, that's confusing. What are we, clones? Anyway, enough of that rambling. That's everything new on Dark Knight. This has been a fairly short video, but hopefully it's been informative and helpful. If not, I'ma cut you because I'm edgy. Until my next video, goodbye.